London. Each day, millions of people play their part in the unfolding, unscripted drama that makes it one of the most successful and diverse cities on the planet. Those people are drawn to work and to shop, to the tradition and the fashion, but most of all, they're drawn to one another. For as people circulate and connect, so the collective genius of city life takes over. As they trade and they talk, they exchange not just money, but also new ideas, knowledge and culture. And that's what makes the city so dynamic.
London is the most exciting city in Europe, and following the Olympics, it has gone to even greater heights. It is a powerhouse of commerce and industry. It is a centre for cultural activity. It is a very diverse city. All in all, it is a really great place and a really exciting city to be in.
Yet to sustain London's phenomenal success, we first need to understand it. It's not scripted, but nor does it come about by accident. There's a recipe to what makes London work. And like many of the best recipes, it combines two ingredients. The first is the systems that Londoners depend upon to make the city work smoothly. Without effective power and transport, legal and financial, health and education systems, cities fall apart. Indeed, London's known the world over by one of its systems, which is essential to the daily flow of people, money and ideas.
If we look back to London's systems 10 or 15 years ago, there's no doubt that they were in need of substantial improvement and investment. Roll forward to today and we find that tube, buses, schools, hospitals have enormously improved. They've become among the best in the country in some cases.
To keep ahead, London will need better systems for waste and water, cycling and health. And our digital devices will allow us to connect to a virtual city of information and knowledge as we navigate our way through its streets. But systems are just one part of what makes London a success. What really brings London to life is like dark matter, something hidden yet powerful, the sense of civility and conviviality which runs through the daily life of the city, the everyday acts of empathy which allows different people to connect, converse, trade and cooperate. That's why such a diverse city feels both vibrant and safe, a place where people can revel in their differences, as well as helping one another out in times of need, large and small.
London's a hugely diverse city, and that diversity is part of its strength. But diversity alone is not enough without civility and a sense of solidarity and cohesion. But on that score as well, I think London has got a great story to tell. I mean, London's always been a especially sort of sociable city, a very sort of domestic, intimate one, a city of crescents and muses and parks and streets. I think we're falling back in love with our public realm. It sometimes feels as if London's economy is fueled by coffee shops and restaurants.
When London combines these two ingredients, systems and empathy, in the right way, then the city takes off. Despite widespread scepticism, everything planned for the Olympic Games was finished on time. All the systems worked, nothing broke down, the city did not grind to a halt. Yet the real success was that millions gathered in an atmosphere that was warm, welcoming and celebratory, largely due to the 70,000 volunteer games makers, a rare example of empathy out in force.
We had to create and design a whole new area of London for the Olympics. We chose the East End, an area that had been bombed out after the war. We had to get the transport right, connecting Londoners from all over to that area. We had to build new housing, not just for athletes, but for people to live in afterwards. There had to be cultural spaces to eat, to drink, to hang out, and green spaces for young people and older folk. And in the end, that tone of that new environment had to say something about the future of London. We got that tone right. It was buzzy, it was new, it was cool, but it was integrated. I think we can do that for the entirety of our city.
To continue to be successful, London needs to apply this recipe in countless new ways as it plans its new homes and offices, schools and stations, shops and restaurants. Some of the greatest recipes are brilliant combinations of two ingredients, fish and chips, strawberries and cream, gin and tonic. The same is true of London. The London of the future will need world-class systems, so the true collective self-governing genius of city life can flourish to the fullest.